One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Reynolds Razorback Stadium, home of the Arkansas Razorbacks. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on another SEC rival, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Razorbacks will kick it away to start. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Looking for space, it's Russ. Got the first down and more. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
When you go on the road, man, oh man, you love hearing the crowd. But more importantly, you love shutting the crowd up. There's no better feeling than coming out, getting that juice going, getting that confidence going, and getting that running game going right at them and gashing them right out the gates.
To the air on first down. Throws to the tight end. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open.
Caught at the 25. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Nice catch there. You know, I think back to great Golden Domer wide receivers and Tim Brown, who won a Heisman, Rocket Ismail, obviously. How about Jeff Samardzija? There's a name you don't hear very much anymore, but he was awesome for Brady Quinn back.
Turning it on, and into the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And every team has their script, and they want to get the game off on this foot, and they want to make sure that they have balance and get these plays in and assert the line of scrimmage. Run the football, and they do. They create the explosive run, and they open this football game with a touchdown.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Inside handoff. Oh, better look out. The defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Picked off. What a play to set him up.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
Here come the Irish back on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Motion from the back. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Fires to the right. He's got it. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play. Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Irish.
And I love the bounce back for this offense. We lost a week ago. Let's put that in the rearview mirror. That game's gone. Let's improve. Let's get better. So far in this first half, they've done just that.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling.
Wide open spaces. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
On the option. Now the toss. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Makes the grab. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Unloaded just as he throws. It's incomplete, and they stop him on 4th down.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass, and you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play, and now their offense is coming on the field.
Off play action on 1st down. He's going to fire deep. That one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Man, that one is going to make this quarterback sick to his stomach. That's almost always automatic for him.
Yeah, that's pitch and catch. That's day one. When you go out and watch practice, the ball very rarely hits the ground unless you have a defender because these QBs and wide receivers are so good. But man, just a mishap, a little overthrow.
They'll run play action. Got a man. It's Rhodes. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
There he goes. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Worked it down to the 22-yard line, give him 5 on the carry.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a 1st down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to...
Touchdown, Notre Dame! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Number 0.
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw on 1st down. Flips it out on the screen. Shakes off the defender. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this 1st period. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the 1st period as we look at the stats. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. They'll leave it with him. Fighting off the defender. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. And the Razorbacks racing to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on 1st down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's
unloads it downfield. He's got it inside the 15. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
They'll go with a direct snap. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Second down, he'll throw it. Got his man quickly. He's forced out of bounds just short of the goal line, a mere yard away from pay dirt.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
On first and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Wants to go up top. He's got it. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they take it in for 6 more points.
I think there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last. Oh, he's got some space. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Out of the gun to give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
The Razorbacks come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practiced, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Get it out on the screen. Breaks into the open. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. And the Razorbacks want to crank the tempo, keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Good job by the QB there, using his cadence, using his clapping, trying to get this defense offside.
And the offense will take any help it can get, and it got a little. Quarterback sneak looking for just a sliver of daylight. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. A long way to go for this offense. Power football with the run. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Oh, there's an alley to the left. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got it.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
All right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Handoff from the gun. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Irish! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. NC State has the lead right now. This team can really open up the playbook at times, but I'm not sure this game is over just yet. They're up by a field goal over Jacksonville State. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
2 straight drives ending in fumbles now for this offense. Guys just have to start hanging on to the football. There's nothing schematic that has to change. They've just got to get back to fundamentals, 5 points of pressure, and prioritize holding on to the ball.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another day.
Turning it on. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. That's caught. It's high. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Looking to the big tight end. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. From the gun, running back on the move. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Back onto the field. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime?
And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed. It's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. They'll try the run. There he goes. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And after starting the season 0-1, they knew they needed more from their offense in this game. You just had to find ways to make more explosive plays, and that's what they've been able to do. They've executed at a tremendous level. I really like the quarterback play and the leadership that he's showing. And because of that, they look like they're going to get back to 500. And let's see where this team can go.
And right down the middle. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
The Razorbacks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. give to the running back. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Give to the tailback. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll run it from the gun. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever, 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
And the Razorbacks come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll try to run for it. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
The Razorbacks are moving quickly down the field. They'll run the option. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the 1st.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. You want to talk about running behind your pads as he plows his way to the 35.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Razorbacks can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll keep it on the ground. Across the 25, he's got room. Slide, find his way, and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks! You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Iowa is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winner Niall Kinnick among the legends to wear that uniform. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Iowa State. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Here come the Irish, back on offense. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Leaves it with the back. Got room to work. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Irish.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get into the end zone. Nice run.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed him for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
From the shotgun, the inside give. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Takes a hit as he fires. Finds his big tight end. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
This has been a frustrating day. They haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
The Razorbacks with the 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. At the 45 on his way. There he goes. And he runs it in for a score. Touchdown!
good to finally see this offense have a little bit of success because that has not been the case in this game. Nothing has gone their way. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. You know, guys, coaches are always trying to find things to build on, and this is at least something late in this game, scoring that touchdown that hopefully helps build their confidence the next time they take the field.
Arkansas, 14.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
He's looking deep. And he makes the catch inside the 25. And he'll go down after a huge gain and picking up the first down.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20. Notre Dame right back to the line. Caught in the backfield, it's Rhodes. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
14.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Buys just enough space across the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. The run to the left. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Second down coming up.
Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. The give to the left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now facing a 3rd and long. Here we go, set. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the fourth quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
Wants to bring it back. Makes a move. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Here come the Irish back on offense. And what What a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point. Looking to take a shot. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense.
He's going for the big play. Got it inside the 10. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And this offense has had a good day, and more importantly, this team responded from last week. 0-1, didn't look good to start the season, bouncing back, getting a convincing victory. Nice job.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Give to the back. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. The run from the shotgun. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And just, they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the 4th quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
They boot it away. Can't hang on. He muffs it.
You know, punt cover teams have a tough job because oftentimes they've got to tackle a guy out in the open field, and a really good one at that. But how about their ability to get to the returner and not just get the tackle, but create the takeaway? That is a massive play on special teams.
Leaves it with the running back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. To the ground with the back. Plows through the defense. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Punt is in the air. Here's the return. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. He lets it fly. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Looking to throw on 1st down. Gonna take a shot. Makes the grab. And they're gonna score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Number 11.
How about the bomb? The Hail Mary coming out, and the offense executes it great. They throw the ball deep. Where's the defense? Man, you know this ball is going deep. You know they need it. They got to have it. And the defense just doesn't play great, doesn't get to the football to make a play.
And the extra point splits the uprights.
77. Arkansas. 14.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positive.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep pouring on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players, more physical. They were faster.